Thank you. Growing like weeds. Getting bigger and bigger every day. Hey, how you doing, Heather? And yes, they have grown. Get bigger and bigger every day. And they have their eyes open now, so they're able to see. And in about a week and a half, they'll all be up and walking. See, they want some eyeballs. Oh, it's just not how big they are, Douglas. It's how heavy they are. I was carrying all 7 of them to the truck at one shot, and now I'm grabbing 2 at a time. I mean, they've probably 6 times heavier than they were when they were born. It's crazy. Give me 1 second, Douglas. I'll check. It's 9 degrees outside and 84.2 inside. So it's nice and warm in here. Tonight we'll probably get down in the negatives again. Well, this house that I'm living in now is 3/4 inch plywood inside, 3/4 inch plywood outside, and then it's 6 inches in the walls and 10 inches of insulation in the ceiling. So it's built like a fortress. You can't really hear anything outside. I've got my generator going right now, and you might be able to hear it a little bit on the video, but nothing like if I opened a window. I mean, here, I'll crack the window for you. You can tell the difference. I originally bought this 2.5 acres where I'm living right now inside this house, and I built the house, and I've been living here since 2011. And I just found the ranch in 2017, and I signed a rent to own on the ranch in 2017, just 50 acres raw land, and I need to get a house built over there. So for now, when I started homesteading about 2.5 years ago or so, I did it here on the 2.5 acres. And then I moved everybody to the ranch because there's water at the ranch. And then I'm hoping to be moved over to the ranch by November 1st of this year. Just me, my grandfather, who I'm taking care of, he's got dementia, and my zoo. All the dogs and chickens and ducks and geese and guineas and goats and pigs and alpacas and llamas and turkeys. Just one big old happy zoo. Yeah, it's a bit hard. It's very testing. The worst part is the ranch is 40 miles away from where I live. So every other day I drive 40 miles to the ranch, feed all the animals, take care of the pond, and turn around and drive 40 miles back. So that's another reason why this year I don't care if I got to stay in the camper trailer I bought or if I get the house built. I'm going to be there no later than November 1st permanently. So I don't have to do all this driving back and forth, especially in the snow. Yeah, it's a distance. And I've been doing this. I'm going on my second year of every other day going back and forth. Except this year now I'm trying to take care of my grandfather too. So I'm not spending as much time at the ranch, so I'm not getting as much stuff done. So it's trying to juggle a bunch of balls and spin a bunch of plates and try to figure things out. This is the little girl that I'm keeping, Miss Blackie, who I thought was a boy for 9 days. Well, at the ranch, I plan to open a petting zoo. I also want to work with the Cotopaxi school that's 15 miles down the road. If my cryptocurrency investments do good this year, I want to buy the land around me and do a 20-year grant to the school so they can put a building there for classes and stuff like that to teach agriculture to the students. I also want to do a 3-acre farm, a 250 foot or 250 tree orchard, which will be fruit and nut trees, and just all different stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to do, but I'll do it little by little. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. And as you saw in that video for the goals, it's gonna be a grind to try to get it all done. But if I can get all that list done this year, then that's a good step towards the next year and next year after. I basically want the ranch as a legacy. So that will go into some type of grant system for either education or future homesteaders to continue on. And like I said, if I can buy the land around me, there's an 80 acre next to my one property line for sale and 40 acres on another property line. So if I can secure both of them, then I'll be able to do a lot of stuff at that point. Well, I got my 50 acres for 160,000, which I have a mortgage on it, and the 40 acres next to me they want 150,000, and the 80 acres they haven't come up with the price yet. They said they're letting me know as soon as they figure out what they want for it. Well, then that's right in the same ballpark with Washington. Except Colorado is more beautiful than Washington. No mosquitoes, no humidity. Oh, easily. I mean, 50 acres I have has a 325-foot long by about 40-foot wide by 18-foot deep pond on it. A creek that runs throughout the year, depending on the seasons and if we have moisture, and a bunch of natural springs. And I mean, to find land like that here in Colorado is near impossible, or you're paying millions of dollars. So I got really lucky that the guy worked with me and he had a feeling that God told him to sell the land to me. So I'm glad he got whatever idea or thought put in his head that came in, and now I can do a lot with it. And the cool part, if you look up my area, it used to be Nestorville. And Nestorville goes back to the late 1700s, early 1800s with the original homesteaders that homesteaded the same land today. And there's actually all different cabins from the 1800s that you can find throughout the area, going up to the ranch and even across from the ranch. So it's kind of historical and cool that I'm gonna homestead the way the old homesteaders did years and years ago. Yep, just type in Nestorville, Cotopaxi, Colorado, and Canyon City did an article back in the 70s that my neighbor sent me. And in that article, it had all the potatoes and herbs and different produce that do extremely well at my elevation of 9,200 feet. So it was really eye opening. I had no idea when I bought the land or signed the rent to own contract on it that that all used to be Nestorville and the whole background. So it was really cool to look into. I would have no idea about any of that. Never looked into any of the Homestead Acts. I know they stopped it in the late 1800s. Or, late or no, late 1900s. So they don't do any type of where you get land and you stay on it for 3 years. I wish that would have been the case because I would have found land like that. But that's the sad thing. A lot of the things in the past here, and people never recover any knowledge of it. And it's sad because everybody thinks we're the smartest we've ever been, and in my mind, I don't think that's true. There's a lot of stuff that has happened way back when that is more intelligent and farther ahead than we are today. Just sitting in front of a television screen or a computer screen or a smartphone. Oh, I love one of them all day, Heather. Even when I'm driving down the road, my one arm is behind the seat, and I'm sitting there petting the puppies while I'm driving because they need love. Yes, and the stuff they grew, Doug, I mean, the oats, the hay, and root vegetables, I'll be able to do a lot of that at the ranch this spring. I want to start doing food plots, doing I can't think of it now, the green manure mix that I started last year that it was too dry and I was too late doing it. But this year I want to buy more of the seed and plant it because, like it says, oats and hay did really well up there. And if I can get that set up for the animals, then it will save me money on feed, and I can put money into something else. How many animals do you have, Heather? And what kind of animals do you? Yes, I think from the ranch is I'm 50 miles from Canyon City from the ranch, and then I believe Colorado Springs is another 40 miles. So it's somewhere between 90 and 100 miles from the ranch to Colorado Springs. I know you got to get out of Denver. Denver's no good if you're an animal person. Hey, Curious Matters. How are you doing tonight? And I just want to give everybody a heads up. If my video cuts out, it's because I'm over the 30-minute mark. Phone's warming up, so just to give you guys heads up, if it cuts out, that'd be the end of the video tonight. No, I'm not a cat person, but like I said, I've got no problem petting a cat or a cat sitting on my lap, anything like that. It's just a pet I don't really care for, especially the litter box and having dead mice and dead birds brought in. Yes, they are. And they all had their eyes open. And in about another week, week and a half, they'll all be up and moving. And actually, I got a surprise for everybody that watches to this point in the replay or right here in the live stream. And that is, I've had a lot of people asking if I can continue the puppies before bed. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna do a puppies before bed for the first 30 days, and then I'll just be regular videos of the updates on how big they are after the first 30 days. So I'll be back again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, and I'll continue that for another 16 days. A vocal one tonight. No, actually, she's starting to gain weight. I mean, she might look like she's losing weight on camera, but she's actually gaining weight. Her spine isn't sticking out like it was. Yeah, it's funny. I watch Boss of the Swamp, and sometimes he will film the coyotes howling. And I made a video like a year ago when Mickey and Minnie were smaller, and they heard the coyotes howling on the computer, and they started barking and went running around the house trying to find out where the coyote was. Yep, always got to have Frankie. And now you got Tildy on top of it. He's the only YouTube channel I watch, and that's he only puts up one video a week, so it's not bad on my schedule. But between all the driving I do back and forth, and Canyon City's 50 miles away to go grocery shopping and get stuff that I need for building, I just have no time to stay on all the time. Have a good night, Douglas. And matter of fact, in about a minute, I'm going to be clicking off of here when the song's over. So I can get to editing videos so you guys have a video for tomorrow to watch. All right, everybody. I hope everybody has a great night. And like I said, I'm going to continue this on for the first 30 days. And I'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, Heather. Bye.